complete full details, to include intro. 10 reasons why you're afraid of intimacy, not just being picky. Unraveling the fear of intimacy. Intimacy is a cornerstone of meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Yet for many individuals, the prospect of intimacy evokes deep-seated fear and anxiety. While some may dismiss this fear as mere pickiness, the truth is far more complex. In this insightful exploration, we'll delve into 10 profound reasons why you may be afraid of intimacy, shedding light on the underlying emotional barriers that hinder your ability to form deep and authentic connections. 1. Fear of vulnerability. Intimacy requires vulnerability, the willingness to expose your innermost thoughts and feelings to another person. If you harbor a fear of being hurt or rejected, you may resist intimacy as a means of self-protection, fearing the emotional exposure that comes with opening up to another. 2. Past trauma or betrayal. Experiences of past trauma or betrayal can scar your emotional landscape, leaving you wary of forming close bonds with others. If you've been hurt in the past, you may carry residual pain and distrust, making it difficult to let down your guard and embrace intimacy. 3. Fear of rejection. The fear of rejection is a common barrier to intimacy, rooted in a deep-seated anxiety about not being accepted for who you truly are. If you've experienced rejection in the past, you may internalize these negative experiences, fearing that history will repeat itself in future relationships. 4. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem can undermine your confidence and self-worth, leading to a reluctance to engage in intimate relationships. If you doubt your value or worthiness, you may fear that others will reject you once they see your perceived flaws and imperfections up close. 5. Fear of losing independence. Intimacy often requires a certain level of interdependence, which can be intimidating for individuals who value their independence above all else. If you fear losing control or autonomy in a relationship, you may resist intimacy as a means of preserving your freedom. 6. Fear of being smothered. Conversely, some individuals fear being smothered or overwhelmed by the demands of intimacy, viewing closeness as suffocating rather than nurturing. If you crave space and autonomy in your relationships, you may avoid intimacy to protect your personal boundaries. 7. Fear of abandonment. The fear of abandonment can stem from early childhood experiences of neglect or separation, leading to a deep-seated anxiety about being left alone or unwanted. If you fear losing loved ones, you may avoid intimacy as a means of self-preservation. 8. Unresolved emotional baggage. Unresolved emotional baggage from past relationships can weigh heavily on your ability to engage in intimacy. If you carry resentment, bitterness, or unfinished business from previous romantic encounters, you may project these negative feelings onto new partners, hindering your ability to connect on a deeper level. 9. Fear of losing identity. Intimacy often requires a merging of identities, which can be threatening for individuals who prize their individuality above all else. If you fear losing yourself in a relationship, you may resist intimacy as a means of protecting your sense of self and autonomy. 10. Lack of trust in others. At its core, intimacy requires a foundation of trust and mutual respect. If you lack trust in others due to past experiences or deep-seated insecurities, you may struggle to let your guard down and engage in vulnerable communication and emotional intimacy. In conclusion, the fear of intimacy is a complex and multifaceted emotion that can stem from a variety of underlying factors. By recognizing and addressing these barriers to intimacy, you can begin to cultivate deeper and more meaningful connections with others, ultimately leading to greater fulfillment and happiness in your relationships.